Peace to the gods and the goddesses. I am the alchemist Munti. Today you are watching Disney Channel. Psych nah. But today we're going to be discussing timelines in extensive detail. And what exactly is a timeline? A timeline is a stream of events, frequencies, vibrations in a specific realm of reality. Think of it like a cosmic script. It's a story. So, when it comes to stuff like PTSD or trauma, for example, it has such a heavy impact on your consciousness, your soul, your spirit, that the sheer density of it creates a timeline loop within your being, which is why you get caught in old cycles unless you heal and alchemize them through shadow work. And this is another reason why shadow work is important, because when you heal, you start to access lighter parts of yourself, which allows you to flow through timelines easier. But with that being said, time is nonlinear. So the past, the present, and the future are all intermixed and intertangled. And what this means is, in so many words, let's say, for example, you were a king, a queen, a god or a goddess in an ancient timeline, and you're consciously aware of this aspect in the present, and you wear something to denote your connection with that energy or that frequency. This is you directly channeling the energy of that timeline, that royal, ancient, powerful timeline, into the present to create more magic, power, and magnetism within your reality. And that's extremely potent. This is what I call chronomancy, the ability to consciously warp timelines and pull the energies into past, present, or future as needed. And with my authority as high priest, since I'm being guided to do this by the divine source, I unlock the ability of chronomancy within the spirits and souls of those that interact with this video in divine order. Ashe. That was very important because apparently there are some of you that are going through extensive timeline warfare, a lot of temporal warfare, because people do send magic back and forth through time to essentially create blockages in the past to stumble you in the present. So the people that watch this video and interact with that magic, that's very significant for you, because this will make your reality a lot easier. So if it does, and you come back around to this video, leave a comment. Let me know if that helped you. Let me know what's up, or if anything really magical took place in your reality. But me wearing this usek, is what it's called, is an Egyptian collar that was worn by royalty, high priests, and high priestesses. Me wearing it is essentially me declaring to the universe, I remember my royal timeline in Egypt, and I attract this energy within my reality. The universe has no choice but to oblige, because I remember who I am. Knowledge of self is very important within the cosmic framework of the cosmos, because it denotes to the universe everything, in and without, that you know who you are. And as such, certain principles stop manifesting within your life. Like, what I'm trying to say is, certain beings and entities can't mess with you if you're at a higher threshold of frequency, and knowledge of self directly boosts this threshold of frequency. And as such, your energetic boundaries enhance to the point where you're basically your own sovereign space of energy, which means you dictate the rules of your reality. And this is literally where coding your reality comes into play, because you get to a point where you do so much shadow work that you ascend timelines within yourself through that knowledge, that you essentially become the god and goddess of your own sphere, and reality has no choice but to bend to you. And this is what royal frequency and energy is, in so many words. And that's what a lot of you are about to experience, or are experiencing in the present. This is the return of royalty. This is the return of all of the higher dimensional beings and star councils coming back into their vessels. What's the word I'm looking for? 100-fold, or in completion, basically performing a cosmic integration. And as such, it's important that we recognize that the aesthetics that we wear, the clothing that we wear, directly correlates to these timelines. And you can actually pull energy from those timelines into the present just by the clothing that you wear. Like, let's say you're somebody who's gothic, right? Whether you recognize it or not, consciously or unconsciously, you might be channeling underworld energy. You might have a past life as a vampire. You might be a shadow priest or something. Like, the possibilities are endless. Anybody could have any number of aspects. And when it comes to that, it's easy to scan who people are at a soul level through the aesthetics that they wear. Like, even when it comes to tattoos, right? Tattoos are an extremely powerful form of magic. Um, when you choose to etch a symbol into your body, into your flesh, this is essentially a giant soul contract. It's you etching the archetype and the energy and the frequency of that symbol into your body to modify your avatar, which modifies pretty much your universe at large, because you are the universe, universe. So tattoos are extremely potent as well in aesthetics magic. And tapping into your aesthetics is really, really valuable because it denotes a certain level of knowledge of self and comfortability to express self. I paint my nails because I associate and recall my timeline as an underworld entity. And this isn't really a dark thing or a bad thing in like evil terms conventionally. It just means I have authority in the underworld. Dark and heavy energy is a part of our reality, just like light is. It's just another aspect. And speaking of aspects, I'm glad that came up. Thank you, Spirit. There are certain aspects of your being that are waiting to be unlocked and be seen and given justice by the choice of the aesthetics that you wear. So it's important to realize that in making yourself feel seen, you also enhance the magnetism of your reality. And what's the word I'm looking for? The more you make yourself feel seen, the more that energy feels free to come out and release itself, which is where you start unlocking new abilities and gifts and spiritual powers within you. They're literally just waiting for you to get in tune with yourself and feel comfortable, which is not always easy. So I'm sending a heart space activation to the collective who watched this video because I'm feeling called to. There's a tightness in my chest and it's like squeezing. So Ashe. But with that being said, I think that's pretty much it. Just focus on the aesthetics that you wear, especially crystals. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video. I'm not sure. I re-recorded this like 3 times. But crystals are especially important because many crystals are associated with different planetary systems, different aspects of reality, different frameworks of consciousness. So wearing them with that intention is very impactful. With that being said though, if you resonate with the video, feel free to like, share, comment, and follow my page for more content. And check out my Etsy, KemeticStudios, for spiritual tools for your reality. I'm trying to help everybody ascend because the vibration is getting high and reality is about to get really magical. So tap in.